Hello from Dingle, Ireland. I'm in this beautiful little seaside town called Dingle in Ireland, and I have had the best couple of days. You may have seen in my stories earlier today about the beehive huts. Um, it's an ancient site just on the outskirts of Dingle along the peninsula. And these beehive huts, like if you don't know of them, look them up. they're pretty damn amazing. So basically, they are ancient huts made of stone, and they are dotted all through the hillside along the coast. There's loads of them, and each hut has its like a protective wall, stone wall around it. I'm not explaining this well at all. But they also were joined by underground tunnels. So all of these huts were built all along the coastline, and they all had these entrances like co-joining them. So they travelled under the ground to connect with other huts. And it was just the most incredible experience. I still can't even find the words. I thought I'd be right now, but that's why I thought I'd just capture this, document this. I'm still not even sure I can find the words. So we were told that monks built and lived in the huts. But there was something about that place. I was immediately connected to the energy of the place. And I had this energy, this spirit. I feel like it was a little bit the land, but a little bit of the people of the land as well. It was like a weird mishmash of land energy and spirit, like soul energy, sort of whispering in my ear saying, no, they go back older than that. So I think it goes way, way, way back to like ancient pagans. And I think they were smarter. I think they were more intelligent than what history has maybe given them credit for. And I even asked our tour guide his take on, because I've been watching this documentary on Netflix and I can't remember the name of it, but I'll find it and pop it in the comments because it's fascinating. So I was watching that before I came on my holiday, and he talks about all of these ancient sites all over the world, and at the time they couldn't have possibly known of each other. They definitely weren't communicating with each other, but they all had built similar structures, and there was a lot of connection to astrology and the way the structures and their buildings were facing. So they were facing certain ways for summer solstice and winter solstice, and for certain stars and planets, and like it was all very, very specific, like to the nth degree, like so specific in the way, the direction they were facing, and the whole format of the whole construction of these things. And I feel like when I arrived at these beehive huts, I felt like it was similar. And I asked our tour guide afterwards. I said to him, "What do you know about, the people that built these? Was there an astrological connection?" And he said he believes yes, 100%. He said, the monks lived in them, but he said it could have been a cross between pagans and monks, because the two religions, the two beliefs kind of meshed together and combined to form, a unique religion, in its own right. So it was a bit of both. But he said, yes, definitely there was connection with the stars and the planets and the land, and So I didn't really have time while I was there I really wanted to connect with the spirits of that land and of that place. And while I was there, I wanted to sit in one of those huts because we could walk into them. Like, it was just surreal. But we were on a tour. There were other people going through. We only had a short time there. I just didn't have time. I can't rush those things when I'm doing, connecting in that way. I can't rush it because it just isn't as effective. So what I want to do now is connect with them and just see what comes through. When I connect with places, the energy of the place, the soul of the place, and the soul of the people that once, lived there, cared for that land, there's a reason, there's a message of some kind. So I'm going to connect in with them now and just see, because I can't wait any longer. I was going to do it later on, once I got back to Dublin, but I want to do it now. So they're talking about peace, like peace, harmony, peaceful times. And they're showing me now that when they had very turbulent, they had some violent periods when other people, other tribes came through, and outsiders even, explorers coming in. So there was a period of violence. And it's like they want to take us back to the peace, And they're saying this isn't about winding back the clock. So if you are not experiencing peace in your life right now, if your life is turbulent or violent in any way, it could be violent or turbulent emotions, it could be thoughts, it could be like life circumstances. So there's a lot of different ways that we can interpret this. So you take what resonates. If any of this resonates, you take that and you leave the rest. And if this doesn't resonate, then maybe you just want to listen on for a cool story. So they're saying this isn't about winding back the clock. We can't wind back the clock. We can't turn back time. That's a key phrase, turn back time. So let's just remember that one. But they're showing me now that there was a way of life way back when where there was peace and harmony. And they're saying we can get back to that. You can get back to that. So if your life is turbulent, or your emotions or your thoughts, your body's experiencing turbulence, you can get back to peace. And they want to help us. So by bringing that peace, so we're not winding back the clock, we're not going backwards. What we're doing is we're bringing that peace energy. This is actually what I do a lot in my healing sessions and in our stellar journeys. We go back to the past, we take the essence or the energy from that and we bring it forward and we embed that into the present so that we can develop our own current relevant version of that. And that's what I feel like is happening now. So we're bringing that peaceful, harmonious, living in harmony energy forward into the now. And so this could be relevant for you on a personal level. It could be relevant for you on a level of like family, relationships. It could be community. It could be even bigger, like global. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. So bringing this peace energy forward to the forefront, front and center, so that we can feel it more, connect with it more, embody it, live it, breathe it in our own way. And they're saying now, they're spreading this message far and wide. So they're saying, I don't know, as I said earlier, in that documentary I was watching, there's loads of ancient sites all over the world that all have similar structures and all connected to the universe, to the sky, to the land, to the stars. So bringing all of that forward into our present, into our future, so more of us can re-establish that connection in a modern, current way. And there are many of us getting that back already. There'll be many more. And they're saying they're spreading this message far and wide. So all these other ancient sites all over the world, there are other people, healers and light workers and everyday people that don't even understand, what's going on yet, or have not experienced a connection like this before, receiving similar downloads, receiving similar messages of encouragement and hope. So that it's like there's a big uprising of an ancient way of living in harmony within oneself and within the tribe, so your family, your friends, within the community. We're bringing that back. Oh, God, I love this stuff so much. So that's their message. And that's a very, very cool message. I don't know about you, but I'm very much on board for that. One other thing I want to say, this little bad boy I've got around my neck. So you may remember in my stories a couple of days ago, I had a past life flashback / healing / experience when I was at the Giant's Causeway. And that was profound. So that's all the way up the other end of Ireland. I've travelled like a day, like it was a full day of travelling to come all the way down here, sort of to the southwest pocket, I think it is. I don't even know where I am really. I'm so confused. It's been a whirlwind week. But like back up there is the Giant's Causeway. I had this moment, it was amazing. Haven't really had a chance to feel more into that. But cool story for the end of this little video. So I've been wandering around this gorgeous little town, Dingle, and I've seen quite a few jewellers. I'm like, jewellery would be an amazing little keepsake for me to take back, because it's not going to be big, so no extra luggage, and beautiful. I love jewellery, something meaningful. And I just knew I was going to go visit the jewellers here today. So this afternoon, wandering around, went into the first couple, and I was like, oh, that's lovely, but it wasn't quite it. And then I found a jeweller. They're like a local, so they hand make everything pretty much locally. There's I can't think of his name. Again, I'll put it in the comments. I haven't got it here in front of me. And looking through, and I knew as soon as I was looking at all the jewellery on the displays, I was like, this is the jeweller. I'm going to find something here, because he creates jewellery. He uses the landscape here or in Ireland in general and around this region as inspiration for his art, for his craft, his jewellery. And then this jumped straight out at me, straight out. I was like, ooh, that's gorgeous, not realising what it was. Lady got it out of the case for me. I was looking at some other stuff, wasn't quite doing it for me, and I came back to this and said, can I try it on? Tried it on. She said, oh, that's the Giant's Causeway. And I was like, pardon? And she said, yeah, because the rocks at the Giant's Causeway are like this. They're the most amazing rock formations right on the water. So, sold. That was the piece of jewellery I was meant to have. So, yeah, there's another cool story for you. I've got them coming out my ears at the moment, these cool stories. So there you go. take what you need from all of this, leave the rest. I'll check in again another day with another story, update, message, whatever it might be. Who knows? Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.